Good evening. Well, I'm going to talk about something different than what we normally talk about that's been going on, and I do hope everybody's doing okay. Well, I am 49 years old, and 4 years ago, I found out that I'm Rh negative, meaning I do not have the rhesus antigen on my blood cells in my body. Now, you would think, how did you not know that until you're 45 years old? That's what I'm thinking. How in the world could I not know for 45 years? Nobody told me. Nobody mentioned it. Um, Now, my biological father is O positive. No doubt about it. He was in the military. Now, my mother, she seems a bit confused. But my first cousin on her side is O negative. So, and I know that I have an uncle that's AB negative. So it seems to come from that side of the family. So I'm suspecting my mother probably is negative and just doesn't know it. And how? I don't know. Well, I do know how, because it's the same way I didn't know. Now, how did I suspect this? Well, my cousin had a baby later in life, and she mentioned having the Rogaine shot because she's O negative. And then it flashed in my head that when I had my son, they came to me asking me all kind of questions about whether my son's father was negative or what was his blood type, which I knew, but was it negative or positive, and I didn't know for 100%. And they ended up giving me a shot, but I thought it was I thought it was a problem with his blood type, not mine. That's how naive and ignorant I was. So, remembering that, I ordered a blood test that you can get in the mail. They send you two, and I took both of them. And I doubted the results, so I ordered another one. But I'm O negative. There's no doubt about it. And it makes sense, considering what I remember, and the fact that my first cousin is, so there's a likelihood that it does come from that side of the family. But what I find completely amazing is that it was never mentioned to me. All women should be told if they're negative, if they're Rh negative, that if they are with a male that's positive, they can more than likely reject the child and the child could die. Now you think today with modern technology and everything, well, no big deal. It is a big deal, because what if you decided to have your child at home? What if you were in a major accident in a different country? What if, I mean, there are all kind of scenarios. Being O negative, I am the universal donor blood type, but I can only receive O negative in a blood transfusion, so that could be quite dangerous. Now, they say 15% of the population in the world is negative, Rh negative. And of that, 7 to 8% is the O negative. We're the most common out of the Rh negative. Now, there's arguments about those numbers, but some say it's less, but that's an approximate. And when you go and you do research on this, you find a lot of conflicting information. You find out that there's actually very little information on this. And I find that quite interesting, because either they can't explain it or they don't want to explain it, and they know something. Somehow I think it's important, but I don't know how it's important. But I do think not knowing most of your life could be possibly dangerous. In my case, it was fine, but it could possibly be a problem. And all women should be aware of their blood type. Everyone should be aware of their blood type. And astonishingly, most of us don't know. We might know the letter, but most don't even know that rhesus negative or positive is important too. I just wanted to throw that out there. There's a lot of theories about it. There's a lot of information that is, opinions and things, but as far as facts, there's very little to find. And usually, when there's very little to find, there's something very important. And that's just, the way of the world. But my opinion. If you have any information that you think I should know or read or whatever, please put it below. And thank you. And I hope all of y'all are doing well and hanging in there at this time. It's very difficult. I know. For some, it's more difficult than others. And not a whole lot makes sense right now. I do realize that also. When you try to apply logic to things and there's nothing logical about it, it gets quite upsetting. And there's contradicting information, and it's just very frustrating. So, I understand. But I hope y'all have a great evening, and I might talk to you again later. Bye for now.